Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. I hope you guys are right. First of all, I need to say thank you. I received an amazing response from across the world. Nearby to touching like about 200 subscribers and around 4,300 viewers. That's something really amazing. It means people are really getting interested in that, and the more United Nations Force is getting huge coverage, and people are really learning. They are subscribing, they are quoting those things what I'm teaching them, and they are basically focusing, and main thing is that they are learning. In today's video, we are going to discuss the main thing and the major thing of this Model United Nations platform, that is Moderated Caucus. Yes, most of the time the delegates are really confused, especially the new one, that how we're going to process, how we're going to progress, and how we're going to survive in the committee session, and what is the Moderated Caucus. Now I'm going to tell you what is actually the Moderated Caucus is. A moderated caucus is basically the subtopic of your main topic. I've got a couple of examples for you guys. We're going to start from that. Like if there is an issue of, let's say the main issue is regarding the refugee crisis. Let's take an example, right? So the main issue is the refugee crisis, but the subtopic, which is known as the moderated caucus, is subtopics. It means the related issues which are, you can say, carrying on or under the umbrella of your main issue. Okay, so starting from the refugee crisis, what sort of, you can say, and how you can work on the moderate caucus related to the refugee crisis. Let's have a quick review on that. For the refugee crisis, I'm going to say, okay, let's say for instance, right for refugees, which is really important, right? And then definition of refugees, and then border security issues, and monitoring camps, and these are just 4 examples. So these are the moderated caucus. Again, you have to really understand the main difference. So the moderated caucus is basically the subtopic of your main agenda. So the main agenda is refugee crisis that your committee have managed to pass to discuss the refugee crisis, and the subtopic, the moderated caucus, are these 4 of them. Similarly, I've got another example for the moderate caucus. Is basically the main topic is, let's suppose, Israel-Palestine issue. If the main topic or the main agenda is Israel-Palestine issue, we could have some different subtopics, or you can say the moderate caucus, which will be like illegal settlements, refugee crisis, water crisis, role of media, and role of NGOs. Again, some of examples, just about 3/4 on that. Okay, and then we have got another example for you. If the topic is just like, all the main agenda is right to development, right? Then we have right to food, right to water, right for sustainable development, and right to land. So some 4 examples on that. So similarly, I've told you like 1, 2, 3 main agendas, and the subtopic of those agenda, which is known as the moderate caucus. In other words, we can call the moderate caucus a formal meeting, right? Just like in United Nations, but for the Model United Nations, we call this moderate caucus. So again, a moderate caucus is basically the subtopic of your main agenda. Now there is a terminology in order to pass or raise your moderate caucus. So we're going to start with that any of the delegate, like the delegate gonna raise the moderate caucus. So what is the terminology behind? So the terminology for the moderate caucus or raising the moderate caucus will be the delegate of, I said, XYZ country, right? Okay, let's say for instance the delegate of USA. Okay, so the delegate of USA would like to raise a moderated caucus. Okay, starting again, the delegate of United States of America would like to raise a moderate caucus to discuss, let's say, water crisis. Okay, and then you have to identify, or you have to specify the parameters. Now what are the parameters? Parameters is basically the total time of that moderate caucus and the individual time. It means that as a delegate of USA, I will raise a moderated caucus to discuss the water crisis with a total time of, let's say, 20 minutes and individual speaker time 45 seconds, or let's say 1 minute. Usually the individual time is not less than, again the discretion of the chair, is not less than 30 seconds, and the best practices are 45 seconds, right? And you can say the total time is 20 minutes, usually not more than 20 minutes. Usually chair use their discretion, right? But the maximum is 20 minutes. Now if I could specify, or you can say explaining the parameters, which is really important to give when you are raising your model caucuses, basically that how long that model caucuses will long last and what will be the individual time. So that's why the parameters are the total time. It means that subtopic will be discussed for 20 minutes, and individual speaker whoever will be recognized by the chairs will speak on that model caucus 45 seconds or 30 seconds or 1 minute, again depends how the committee carries and what will be the discretion of the chair. So I'm going to repeat that again. The terminology is that the delegate of United States of America would like to raise a moderated caucus to discuss water crisis with a total time of 20 minutes and individual speaker time 45 seconds. That's it. That's the only terminology we used to, you can say, suggest, and we used to use in our while raising the moderator. So this is what your moderated caucus is all about. Okay? I hope you guys learn from it. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like and spread to others, because this platform is purely for the learning. Thank you very much. Goodbye.